What do you think's behind the move higher on Wall Street and in Chinese stocks?
Well, I mean, I don't think we should be too surprised when markets trade positively on like announcements that should be negative, and part of it is because these trade tensions and these negotiations have been going on for some time, and on a relative basis, as you guys mentioned, it's not as negative as feared, but ultimately, I think it's going to be important for the U.S. and China to sort of come to some resolution.
So what happens next? Are the Chinese going to come to Washington and actually initiate some talks with the United States?
I think we should expect, the normal sort of process to sort of get through these trade tensions. I think that markets are, as you can tell from this year, really think the U.S. is in a relatively stronger negotiating position. That's why U.S. equity markets have done better. And I think in general, market reactions have actually shown, I think, the U.S. is in a stronger position. But it's pretty tough to, put a timeline or even know what next steps are.
So as you've heard, the Chinese have hit back with their own tariffs on $60 billion worth of US goods as of next Monday. They're targeting things like farm goods, for example. They're also going to be looking at machinery and chemicals. Do you think this is going to have a significant impact on the US economy? And are there any sectors that you see could actually be hit by these latest measures from China into the US?
Yeah, I think it's easy for sort of people from the top down to sort of dismiss the impacts and say, well, in the overall scheme, these things don't matter. At the ground level, anybody who's either exporting or importing goods is really going to feel this. So, even if the effects are smaller in the U.S. relative to the rest of the world, I think that the effects for the people affected are real. I don't know if there's really a safe place to hide in general. I mean, I think that the best strategy for anyone is to make a regional bet. I think you'd want to overweight the U.S. versus the rest of the world. I don't think that we're necessarily on the precipice of a major downturn in economic growth. So I think some of the groups hit the hardest, like the cyclicals, actually look pretty attractive here.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.